Hey guys, GamerZach here and welcome to my top 10 PC space games to watch in 2017. Now, space games, they can be filled with incredible adventures that suck you into a new universe or be hopeless voids. Well, it's time you journey beyond your cosmic shores to see if you belong among these stars. First up, we've got Avorion by Boxelware. Explore, build, fight, trade, and mine. This space sandbox has procedural generation for the galaxy and spaceships, where you can build your own fleet, engage in space warfare, and play with or against others in multiplayer. It's looking like a good creative sandbox space game, but it's not the only one of its kind out there. If it's able to set itself apart, then it could be a success. Either way, there's a free demo you can check out so you can see for yourself. Next, we have Infinity Battlescape by I-Novae Studios, an epic multiplayer space sim where hundreds of players wage war across a true-to-scale solar system. There are competing corporations, Newtonian physics, and a variety of ships that exist in a single match. Although there is a stretch goal for making the game semi-persistent, that seems a long way off, so matches will probably be long but not an endless struggle. It looks cool, and alpha is scheduled for September this year, so you'll be able to check it out properly then. Next up, we've got Dreadnought by Yager Development. Command a massive capital ship for tactical, team-based warfare in space and across the skies. You can customize every ship detail among an array of ship classes, fight as a team, and earn your fame and fortune in 8v8 PvP. Being on the more action side, commanding giant ships is a captivating prospect, though it is the sole focus with not many other aspects of the game. If you're looking for a full-blown trading diplomacy space lifestyle simulator, you're better off looking elsewhere, but if you're in it for the action, then this should be awesome. And then we have The Mandate by Perihelion Interactive, a promising title that's facing a lot of problems. The Mandate was initially developing quite well. You are the captain of a single vessel where you manage your crew, board other ships, and explore a rich universe. But then it started to face funding issues despite raising $700,000 on Kickstarter. Because of that, things are not coming together as originally planned, and most recently, combat isn't looking all that great, and the dev team was reduced to just core members. I'm including this one because despite the issues, it could still be promising, though there's also a chance that this is going to end up being one big lesson. Next, we have Deliver Us to the Moon by KeokeN Interactive. Travel to the moon to save mankind from extinction. Set in 2069, Earth's resources are depleted and you play a rogue astronaut in a do-or-die mission. Manage your oxygen, use a jetpack, and survive environmental hazards as you uncover a hidden agenda. Raising over 100,000 euros on Kickstarter, this is meant to be a shorter narrative-driven experience at around 5 hours. Updates from the devs have been a bit lacking though, and as with any Kickstarter project, we can never be sure of exactly what we're gonna get. Might be cool, or it might turn out to be a bit run-of-the-mill. Time will tell. Then we've got Lone Echo by Ready at Dawn, an Oculus Rift and Touch adventure where you're on a space station and something goes wrong. Not an unheard of premise, but Lone Echo is looking to be more immersive with its controls. There's also a sports-like game in an arena, which is a cool addition. Besides that, not too much has been seen, so it's an interesting one to watch to see how it develops. Next up, we've got Star Trek Bridge Crew by Red Storm Entertainment. Explore space in virtual reality. Developed specifically for VR, this game puts you and your friends as officers of the Federation. Your mission is to explore an uncharted region of space in search for a suitable home for a decimated Vulcan population. Play up to 4 players as the captain, tactical officer, engineer, or helm officer as you tackle the story and randomly generated missions. This looks like a super fun experience as long as you have 3 friends, each with VR tech, though it is possible to play solo and have AI take over the other roles. It's a fascinating game that could be a great execution of VR in gaming, but the barrier to entry right now is a little steep, so I'm not sure how well it'll do overall. And then we've got Star Control Origins by Stardock. It's Star Control, but also not quite. Stardock, the creators of Off-World Trading Company and Galactic Civilizations 3, bought the franchise and plan to reboot it, but it has to be a prequel because much of the aliens and story from the original games is still owned by the original creators. That means it could be Star Control in name only unless Stardock can create a new universe filled with uniqueness and personality that matches the originals. That's a lot of weight for them to carry, and it's unclear whether they can do that or not. So I'd keep an eye on this one with good hopes, but minimal hype. And then we have Limit Theory by Procedural Reality. A vast procedurally generated universe that's ready to be explored, exploited, and conquered. After 2 years of general silence and completely missing the original intended release year, it seems this one is actually back in development. Boasting a completely open yet deep experience, interestingly it's meant to be a completely single-player game. Overall, it's very pretty, and players are quite invested, but with years of development struggle, this is one title that makes you wonder if it'll ever be completed. Finally, we have Dual Universe by Novaquark. An ambitious project looking to be a sci-fi sandbox MMORPG, boasting single shard technology. That means everyone will be playing in the same instance throughout the galaxy, and emergent gameplay is key. Everything will be player-made, from the ships to the cities, but that can be a daunting prospect. A lot relies on the community, and if it can't maintain a large player base, we'll end up with a dead universe. Raising over 650,000 euros so far though, a lot of players are already invested in the project. Either way, beta is scheduled for this year, and it has a planned 2018 release, so we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. Also, I actually managed to have an interview with the lead of Dual Universe where I tried to ask some pressing questions. I'll link that below too. And as a bonus, yes, of course, Star Citizen is a thing. I'm not going to include that in the top 10 because it would be in the top 10 every year. So I'm sure you already know about Star Citizen, and that's still going on. So yes, here's a mention for Star Citizen. Now, most of these games should be releasing in 2017, but either way you should keep an eye on developments to see if these games will expand your universe or fizzle out in a heat death. And to wrap up, here's something I'd like to know. VR tech seems to be implemented in space games more than any other genre. Do you have the gear? Is it important to the experience, or is it just a gimmick? I'd love to know what you think. Alright, that wraps up my top 10 PC space games to watch in 2017. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop me a like or share with your friends. The support is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.